Now, Angela Rayner looks set to team up with Conservative heavyweights Dominic Grieve to form a 16-strong council on Islamophobia. But would it stifle legitimate criticism of Islam as a religion? Could it even lead to a de facto blasphemy law? Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined in the studio with Peter Whittle, the founder of the New Culture Forum. Peter, always a pleasure to have your company. A lot of people are very, very concerned about this because, you know, it is legitimate to criticise any religion, except this now might make it illegal.
Yes, they're very right to be very concerned. This is an incredibly dangerous thing that is being planned. Just to give you an idea, there is a new definition of Islamophobia which was adopted by Labour and which could well come in with this new council and become law. It's much broader. Islamophobia, Martin, anyway, is a made-up, nonsensical term, anyway. But what this new definition does is it actually makes virtually all criticism of Islam, or indeed Muslims, almost completely impossible. It will bring in a new blasphemy law. What it really means is that in order for multiculturalism to kind of keep working, our very freedoms are actually now going to be undermined. By that, I mean our freedom of speech, which is, you know, absolutely basic in our country. No one should get any kind of special treatment. We've always had the ability in this country, you remember Life of Brian, you remember all of these things, to criticise a belief system. Islam is a belief system. What this is doing is essentially outlawing any criticism of that, and indeed what it calls expressions of Muslimness. So what we're going to see is things like, for example, if you might mention Muslim grooming gangs, that's a problem. If you have a view that you want to express about the wearing of the burqa, that's a problem. In other words, it's everything. This is absolutely insidious. It's a genuine and real attack. And it will include, also, it will cover what you want to cover on this channel, for example.
Yeah, now, everybody can agree we have existing hate speech laws. Nobody should be persecuted for their faith, their sexuality, their ethnicity, whatever. But we do have laws that already deal with that. Why do we need something specifically to cater for Islam? And, for example, the Batley Grammar School teacher is still in hiding for simply showing a cartoon. That will be illegal, presumably, under this.
Of course it will. The thing is that we have a kind of de facto blasphemy law already in place. You mentioned Batley there. You know, the teacher is still in hiding 4 years later. Go right back to Salman Rushdie and the fatwa on his book, The Satanic Verses. All the way through now, basically, people have kind of internalised as well this fear, which is what it is, a fear of Islamic reaction. And so as a result, there's very, very little criticism. What this does, it actually widens it and it makes it official. It's a disgusting piece of legislation if it actually does end up being legislation. And basically, I would say everybody simply must ignore it. I certainly will not abide by it.
It certainly has caused a huge uproar. Thousands and thousands of people commenting, including Robert Jenrick, saying the government should drop plans. It is deeply flawed. Thank you very much, Peter Whittle, for joining us in the studio today. Always an absolute pleasure to have your company. Peter Whittle, who's the founder, of course, of the New Culture Forum.